Today, I'll be ranking the best quarterback abilities in Madden 23. Today, we are back here with another ability tier list. Today, we got quarterbacks. Now, right before I get into the first ability, though, do want to go ahead and shout out the comment of the day real quick. Let's get it started with Fearless. So, Fearless, immune to pressure in the pocket. So, Fearless is really, really good. Don't quite think it's S tier, but I do think it's an A tier ability. And the meta right now helps out so much. Like, just think about the defenses you're playing. You're pretty much playing all-out man blitz, put your controller down. Having a quarterback with Fearless is super, super nice to have. Now, can you justify it running it over some of like the needed abilities that will really help you beat man? I don't think so. In like a dream world, you could stack like this with the throw power ability and also like Hot Route Master. It's super, super nice to have. At times, it does feel like kind of like a luxury, if that makes sense. Now we got gift wrapped. Higher chance to complete passes to uncovered targets. I use gift wrapped a lot on basically Aaron Rodgers, and I didn't notice it. I'm gonna put a D tier. Now this does have potential to go way up, because the thing about gift wrap last year, it was actually an accuracy ability for some reason. It made basically like perfect accuracy everywhere, kind of like the roaming Deadeye glitch like back in like Madden 20. Gift wrap had something like that going on. Also in years past, people would have middle linebackers at tight end that are super, super fast, and they'd use gift wrap to be able to pass to them. That didn't really work out last year either. So right now I'm going to leave it D, but it could rise. I just really did not notice it doing anything when I had basically Aaron Rodgers. Now we got Gunslinger. Gunslinger is the ability that changed the most from this year to last year. Last year, top end ability of the game, S tier. This year, they removed the part where you get more velocity on the throw. It speeds up the throw animation. So in like a CFM, if you play franchise, for sure, it's an S tier ability. I'm going to be basing the rankings off of Ultimate Team and like their AP value. And I think Gunslinger is still really, really good, but I'm going to have it in the A tier with Fearless. It's just doesn't increase the velocity this year. But if you do have a bad release, right? Like the thing about Herbert right now is that he has a bad release in Ultimate Team. Have a Gunslinger on him, it speeds up that animation. So really, really nice to have, but again, kind of like the same thing as Fearless. It's just like when you're working out your AP, it's going to be hard to justify running Gunslinger over other throw power abilities in the game, but it's still really, really good. Great in CFM. In Ultimate Team, it's like an A tier ability. Still good, but not quite like S tier like it was. And now we got Gutsy Scrambler. Gutsy Scrambler, it works, but it's just not really great in the meta. I'm going to put it C tier because I do like it more than gift wrapped. It's just Gutsy Scrambler, you're rolling out a lot. It's basically Fearless, but instead of inside the pocket, you're outside the pocket. And in this meta, I don't really think you can roll out a lot. And just in the game period, if the QB contains actually do a really good job of stopping the mobile quarterback. So I don't really think it's the best ability in the world. I could see why you would use it for certain people, but it's not really great for the meta right now. And now we got like abilities like Homer. These are all going F tier, like Homer, Indoor Baller. I believe this is Comeback Closer right here. All these abilities pretty much just make it easier to get your X Factor. Not really worth running, because your X Factor is already pretty hard to get. I just don't really think they're valuable at all. I'd rather get something that will affect my quarterback every single time I use them than an ability like this. And now we got Hot Route Master. Hot Route Master did go up in AP this year. It's 5 on Field Generals, 6 on a Strong Arm, 7 AP on both the Scramblers and Improvisers, but I still think it's an S tier ability. Having the ability to put whatever route you want on the field is so valuable, and you don't really have to rely on, hey, my wide receiver apprentice has to be right here in order for me to run this play, right? You can just run it with whatever receivers you want. It's a little high in AP if you're like a Scrambler / Improviser, but Field Generals for 5 I think is really, really good value. Human Joystick on the quarterback. I don't think Human Joystick's great this year. I'm putting it F tier. Now we got Identifier. Identifier is a great ability. I'm going to have it with quarterbacks A tier, but if you can get it for 1 AP, S tier. Just being able to see the opponent's user, you can kind of get an idea of, hey, they're sending an all-out man blitz, his user is right here, I can throw this running back on a wheel, you know? Or they're in zone coverage, he's going to be responsible for the middle of the field. You can kind of start picturing the defense they're going to be in. Really, really great ability. Now, Jukebox. I'm going to put Jukebox also in the F tier. I think it's awful, and I'll just go ahead and do this right now. like bulldozer, spin cycle, I don't think is good on the quarterback because you fumble. You're gonna fumble. It doesn't really help at all. Like, sure, you could get some really cool plays, but I just really don't think it's worth it. I think a lot of these abilities are a lot better. Now we got Agile Extender. This is a very slept on ability, I will say, that honestly could be really great first the dollar meta right now. You don't see a lot of people run it, but this essentially makes your quarterback break the first sack from a blitzing DB. I'm going to go ahead and put this, do I want it to be B tier? Looking at the other abilities, I'm going to put it top in the C. I think this ability has a lot of potential. Just need to work with it a little bit more. Now we got long range Deadeye. Long range Deadeye is going to be the first ability in B, and I'm actually going to bump up Agile Extender as well. So long range Deadeye, just Deadeye abilities in general this year. I'm going to be talking about the freeform passing with this. It basically makes it to where you don't need to time your freeform and you get perfect accuracy. So in my opinion, and let me know down in the comments if you agree with this, I think when you get perfect accuracy on your throws, I believe you ag more often and your receivers make, it's kind of like a green light in 2K, and then they give you a Zen. You know, that's probably a terrible example, but at times that's what it feels like to me. And then we got no look Deadeye. No look Deadeye, I don't think is great this year. I'm gonna put a tier below Gutsy Scrambler. Here's the reason why. No look Deadeye is good when you're trying to throw crossbody throws. And again, just rolling out this year, not really the wave or how you're gonna run an effective offense in my opinion. So I would not try to rely on no look Deadeye. Pass lead elite. This one's tough. Again, if you play franchise, easy S tier ability. Definitely should run this on your quarterback, but in like ultimate team, they made it way too much AP. I'm gonna put it A tier because it's still a great ability, but is it worth 7, 8, or 9 AP? I don't think so. So I think it's honestly like AP wise, I'm actually gonna put a B, because AP wise, it's just like it cripples what you can run right now. Because let's use an example. You have a strong arm quarterback, gets it for 7. First the man coverage meta right now, that leaves you with 5 AP to play with. You could run potentially 3 short and elite receivers still, but you don't get a route apprentice ability. I'll put it A then, because I mean, I guess you just will miss out on the route apprentice abilities, but you could still put short and elite on your receivers. I'm very iffy on this stuff. I could see a B. Like again, like effectiveness wise, don't have to worry about AP and CFM. S tier ability. Man, it really kind of hurts your AP and what you can do with your offense. I don't know. I'm iffy. QB Playmaker, I don't really think Playmaker is that great this year. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in C tier. Like Playmaker in years past has been really good against man coverage. I don't really find it to be that effective this year. Like a lot of times, say in like Madden 21, the setup would be like bunch Z spot. You look for the corner out, or you have a drag with wide receiver Playmaker right here, and you just try to Playmaker it upfield. It's a fun ability to use. I just don't really think it's that effective. Quick draw. Okay, this is going to be one that people disagree with me on, but I absolutely hate quick draw. I think it is so not needed. I liked it last year. I liked it the year before that, but this year I hate it. I'm putting it like, I'll put it C. Now, why do I think quick draw is not effective this year? Before you click off the video, before you yell at me, what it does is it speeds up your release under pressure. And I've seen this ability screw more people over than actually help. So yes, it speeds up the release under pressure. That part's not a lie. But do you really want that this year? With how under pressure is working right now, you're speeding up the release in order to throw right at the DB. Because that's what happens. Your release gets sped up and the ball still goes right to the DB. So it ends up being more picks. I just think I would rather not have this ability. And if it's close, I'd rather get sacked, to be honest with you. I would rather not get the ball out under pressure, because again, I just feel like the ball just ends up in the DB's hands. I really do not like quick draw this year. Now we got fatigue abilities, recuperation. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the F tier. Same with like second wind, and we don't have any other stamina abilities. So recuperation and second wind. Why I don't like these? If you're really worried about your quarterback stamina, something you could do is like when you're in the formation screen, say you're in like a shotgun set, just like literally on the gun, you can go ahead, just go formation by formation over and over again with the left stick, and your players will recover from stamina fatigue faster. And I just don't really think it's that effective on your quarterback. Sure, if you're running a lot like QB powers and stuff, I could see it, but in the grand scheme of the game, I just think like, would I rather run recuperation or gift wrapped? I'd rather run gift wrapped. Red zone Deadeye, I think is not great because it only activates within the 20s. I would rather get a Deadeye that works like way more often. Roaming Deadeye, I'm going to have below long range Deadeye. I think on the same tier as Gutsy Scrambler, because like I said, once again, rolling outside the pocket just not really the wave, kind of like exactly what I said with Gutsy Scrambler. Safety valve, more consistent catching for your running backs that beat man coverage. I don't think this works. I'm gonna be honest, I do not think it's effective at all. I don't feel like you can consistently throw your running back more open first man than without this ability. I don't really think it does much. Anchored Extender right here, I know the art of this changed. This was last year's, but Anchored Extender is going right by Agile Extender. They pretty much do the same thing. One's like you break to sack, the other one's evade. Like I said, pretty much the same exact thing. Sleight of hand, when I tell you this ability has like A or S potential, but it's in all actuality like D, because the main part of this ability, it's not the part that pump fakes are more successful or something like that. That really doesn't do anything. The second part of the ability says double moves are more successful for beating man or something along those lines. It's a lie. Sleight of hand, I do not feel like helps with double moves at all, and it sucks because this ability could be the counter to the man meta right now. Threat Detector, I'm putting this on the A tier level, and I think kind of by like Identifier Fearless, it's kind of like a luxury to have, but if you can fit it in AP wise, really good. You can see the blitzers on 3rd or 4th down, really helps out a lot. Now this is tied out, same thing with safety valve. I don't feel like this really does anything. I don't. It says more consistent catching from your tight ends that beat man coverage. I don't think it does anything. Same thing I said with safety valve. I didn't notice a difference with it on compared to it off, so I just stopped running it. I don't really think it's worth it. I'm gonna put inside Deadeye B tier. It's pretty much what I said about the long range Deadeye thing with the accuracies. Trying to get the most out of your Deadeye ability, and I think inside Deadeye does do a good job of giving you a lot of perfect accuracy throws. Lofting Deadeye, so this is interesting. So this gives you perfect accuracy on all lob throws. You can see the potential with it. I'm going to put it C tier though. I'm not really a big fan of lob passes. I would like it a little bit more if it worked on touch passes as well. And for some reason, I have 2 long range Deadeyes, so just ignore that. But we got Pocket Deadeye this time. Pocket Deadeye, I think, is the best one in B, because again, playing in the pocket right now, you should get a perfect accuracy throw on every single one. And the reason why it's not like A or S, it's 4 AP. 4 AP is a lot to pay for an accuracy ability. Now we got Protected. Protected, Protected is always a hard one for me to rank. I'll put it like B or C. I'll put it bottom in the B, but I'd rather have these abilities than Protected. Protected is supposed to make your offensive line block better for the most part, and a lot of times I just don't really notice this ability on/off. I'll actually put it C tier because I would rather run quick draw than Protected. And now we got Set Feet Lead. Set Feet Lead is going into the S tier. Set Feet Lead is the best throw power ability in the game in Ultimate Team. Also, like I said, in like a franchise, stacking like Set Feet Lead, Gunslinger, Pass Lead Elite, that makes your quarterback literally Zeus. But in Ultimate Team, Set Feet Lead, best value. You can get it for 2-3 AP right now. Kind of works exactly like Pass Lead Elite. It gives you the velocity on throws. The reason why velocity abilities are so good, basically can glitch out zones, and also it allows you to throw a lot more passes versus man, because you can throw a lot more stuff on the break. Set Feet Lead is absolutely amazing. It's actually the best ability in the game right now, in my opinion. I'm putting Sideline Deadeye by Pocket Deadeye. Now, you would think that this would only act, it'd kind of be like a roaming Deadeye type of thing, but this just throws on the sideline. Again, I think it's really effective. Now, high point Deadeye, low point Deadeye. High point Deadeye, perfect pass accuracies on all high throws. Gotta be honest, I'm putting it like C. Now, the reason why I'm putting it C is not to do with the fact that high balls aren't effective. The reason why it's C for me is because of the fact that I feel like quarterbacks already barely miss on high balls. You're not really getting good value out of this. Now, low point Deadeye is like F, because low throws are just absolutely awful. And now we got Conductor. Conductor is going up into this A tier, one of the best abilities in the game, especially with the fact that they slowed hot routes this year. Like when I go into practice mode, play with Brady, he's such a godsend because being able to hot route fast is so nice. And now we got Dashing Deadeye. I'm putting this by Roaming Deadeye, pretty much the same exact thing that I said, just not really effective getting out the pocket this year. And we got Fast Break. Fast Break, they changed. I hate the change, by the way. It gives you better blocking for your quarterback on runs, but your quarterback will now fumble on runs just as if he's scrambling. I absolutely hate it. I'm putting it C tier. It could be effective for your offense and make your runs really great, but I just hate that the fact that my quarterback is now at risk of fumbling. So if this worked how it did in years past, I would be in the balance playbook running a slot QB power because it's actually a pretty good run versus Dollar and some of the meta defenses right now. I just can't afford my quarterback to fumble once a game, so I'm leaving it C tier. And yeah, y'all, that has been my best quarterback ability tier list in Madden 23. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know if I was able to help you at all. If I did, you want to stay up to date with the best cards, best abilities, and best cards in each promo, make sure to go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. And if y'all want to see me use some of these abilities live, I do stream on Twitch almost every single day, so check the links in the description, hit that Twitch to follow. I might be live right now. But I do appreciate y'all clicking onto this video though. If you guys want another video to watch, check this one out right here. I rank the best offensive line abilities in Madden 23.